By the end of this video, you'll know if a Scrum Master should be resolving all the issues, problems, impediments, blockers for their Scrum team. 100% of all these things for their Scrum team. Okay, I get this question quite often, and we need to clarify some terms here. When we talk about problems, issues, blockers, most often we are talking about impediments, and not all impediments are equal. It's an important keyword, impediments. Some people believe that during a sprint, all the blockers, issues, problems, impediments are treated equally. Everything needs to be fixed. Far, very far from the truth. What's the outcome of a sprint? What's the purpose of a sprint? Why are we doing the sprint in the first place? To achieve the sprint goal that we agreed, that we committed on as a team during the sprint planning. That's the most important goal of the sprint goal. Now, impediments are anything, blockers, issues, problems, anything that is preventing us from progressing towards the sprint goal, either blocking completely our progress or slowing us down, which might result in us not being able to achieve our sprint goal by the end of a sprint. Another quite common issue that we have during a sprint are problems, issues, risk that might affect future sprints. Maybe the product owner is writing a user story and realizes that there's a dependency on another team, a clear dependency. They won't be able to deliver on time and we won't be able to start the development, or at least the story. The user story won't be able to be ready. That's a clear issue. It's not affecting the current sprint, but still it's affecting future sprints. It's affecting the product goal, not the current sprint goal, but the product goal. And I still treat these as impediments, lower priority impediments, because the purpose, the outcome, the goal of a sprint is achieving the sprint goal. If something is affecting our ability to achieve a sprint goal, it needs to be treated in priority. But still, we need to have future thinking here. If there's a risk of us not being able to achieve the product goal or future sprints, these need to be tackled also. Obviously lower priority, but we shouldn't ignore these. Some common example of impediments are interfaces not working, web services not working, APIs not working, environments not being available. One of the developers' laptop just crashed. A person just went on a sick leave of 2 weeks. Impediments slowing us down, preventing us or might prevent us from meeting our sprint goal, achieving our sprint goal. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why do people think? Very common belief. Why do people think that the Scrum Master should be resolving all the impediments? 100% of the impediments should be resolved by the Scrum Master. Well, in the Scrum Guide 2017, one of the accountabilities of the Scrum Master was removing impediments to the development team's progress. Pretty clear. Removing impediments to the development team progress. Exactly what we are talking about, the progress of a development team towards the sprint goal. The Scrum Master is here to resolve impediments. And people followed exactly what was written. The Scrum Master was instructed to resolve all impediments. Everything. Something is blocking us or preventing us from reaching our sprint goal, just send that to the Scrum Master and the Scrum Master will resolve that for the Scrum team. If you think about it, most companies starting their Agile journey are transitioning from a waterfall project management model where there is a project manager doing administrative tasks, planning the work, coordinating the work. And one of the big things that a project manager does or is expected to do is resolve impediments, help teams, resolve issues, follow up with other teams, try to fix this environment that is not available. And the transition was pretty simple. From a project manager, you just convert them to a Scrum Master and you tell them, okay, keep on doing, keep on resolving these impediments, these issues. But it's not right. Something was not right. And in the 2020 version of the Scrum Guide, this part about impediments was rephrased. Let's read it together. The Scrum Master serves the Scrum team by causing the removal of impediments to the Scrum team's progress. Pretty clear here. Causing the removal of impediments. Not removing impediments, but causing the removal of impediments. Now, what does that mean, causing the removal? It simply means that the Scrum Master helps the team identify impediments. He's not the person or she's not the person identifying these impediments. No, helps the team identify impediments, helps the team fix impediments, and ensures that the team don't ignore these impediments. This is quite often also people ignoring impediments. I'm working on something and I'm completely blocked. I just pick something new. Completely blocked again. Just pick something new. Oh, come on. You shouldn't be ignoring these impediments. If you're working on something, do everything you can to progress this towards done so that we can progress towards the sprint goal. And your Scrum Master is here to help. But even after this rephrase, it's pretty clear what the Scrum Master should be doing now. Many companies still expect the Scrum Master to be resolving all impediments, which goes directly against one of the core tenets of Scrum, self-management. The teams should be cross-functional. They should have all the knowledge, skills, competencies in order to build this shippable increment of a product every single sprint. And they should also be self-managed. They should have the power, be empowered enough to be able to decide what to build, how to build it, who builds it, and by when to build it. The team self-organizes to make these decisions. And when you tell the Scrum Master needs to do that, only the Scrum Master needs to do that. What if the Scrum Master is not here today? We don't resolve any impediments. Impediments are priority items that we need to fix today because they might prevent us from achieving our sprint goal. So what do we do when the Scrum Master is not here? We just accept that we won't be achieving the sprint goal? Obviously not. Someone else in the team will be resolving these impediments. So it's possible. The Scrum Master doesn't have magical powers where only this person can resolve all impediments. No, we already know that anyone in the team can work towards resolving these impediments. But still, there's this perception that only the Scrum Master should be doing that. And if you take a moment, just pause and reflect on that. Who is the best person to resolve an impediment? There's an environment issue. An environment not being available. Who is the best person to resolve this issue? The Scrum Master is technical. Something just messed up in the environment. A certificate issue, an API issue, a web service issue. The Scrum Master is technical. Developers should be resolving this issue. Developers should be working to resolve this issue right now. Now, if the environment is not maintained by our team, the development team, and by another team, the developers should liaise with people from this other team to resolve this issue. Priority item. Everyone should be stopping what they are doing because this is preventing us from achieving our sprint goal. Now, some people say one of the developers here can't tell another developer from another team what to do because they have their priorities. So if they need to stop what they are doing to fix an environment issue, a developer from our team can't do that. Makes sense. Does the Scrum Master have the power to do that? The Scrum Master decides what another team is working on? Obviously not. It's logical what we need to do here. The product owner should be negotiating with the product owner from the other team because it's a priority issue. The other team is not working on fixing our environment issue, which is causing an impediment on our side simply because they are not prioritizing it enough. Product owner from our team negotiate with the product owner from the other team to put our item on the top of the backlog. It shouldn't be the responsibility of a Scrum Master to fix these kinds of issues. The Scrum Master can help facilitate this discussion, but the ownership should be on the product owner if it's a priority issue. And honestly, just imagine a world where the Scrum Master is resolving all the impediments, every single day resolving all the impediments, technical, non-technical, everything. And impediments happen every single day because we are working in a complex environment. Things are breaking. Production bugs, so many things going wrong. Let's say the Scrum Master has the ability to resolve all these impediments. The person is technical. What would developers do? What are the cool things that developers do every single day in this complex environment is resolving impediments. Remember, the definition of an impediment is anything that is preventing us from achieving our sprint goal, slowing down our progress, which is basically anything that happens during the day. So many things can go wrong in a complex environment. So if a Scrum Master is responsible to resolve all these things, a single person, what do developers do? It doesn't make sense that a single person should be responsible of resolving, fixing impediments. The whole team, we are a self-managed team. The whole team should be responsible and working together to fix these impediments. I often get asked, how do we measure the performance of a Scrum Master? Is our Scrum Master good? Is our Scrum Master bad? You can use impediments to do that. A good Scrum Master is always pushing the team, coaching the team, mentoring the team on how to be self-organized and self-managed, how to work, collaborate together to achieve the sprint goal together. And one of the things that we need to work on to achieve this sprint goal together, impediments. If a team can resolve impediments without the Scrum Master is doing a good job. If the Scrum Master is constantly in meetings, chatting with people from other teams, 100% of their time on resolving impediments, that's not a good Scrum Master. That's an overwhelmed and someone who will burn out soon. I would like to end this video by giving you some powerful tips. You are a Scrum Master in a Scrum team and you want to resolve impediments, or you want to make people in the Scrum team resolve impediments. Not only you, but everyone in the Scrum team. Do these things. First, impediments, blockers. All blockers are impediments, but not all impediments are blockers. Some impediments are simply slowing down the team. We can progress, but we are drastically slowed down and we might not achieve our sprint goal. Some developers ignore these. They only focus on blockers. Ensure as a Scrum Master that we are taking into consideration all the impediments. Second thing, during the daily Scrum, developers often raise impediments. I have something blocking me or preventing me to progress. That's good. Excellent practice, but it should happen also during the day. Don't wait for the daily Scrum to raise impediments. Raise them during the daily Scrum or any time during the day. Whenever an impediment is raised by someone during the daily Scrum or during the day, and you are a Scrum Master, if you don't do anything, ask yourself, if you don't do anything, will someone else work on resolving this impediment? If not, why? Ask yourself this question. And also, when resolving or helping the team resolve impediments, always go to the root of the issue. Ask questions until you find the real issue. Not the first issue that you see, the real issue. Ask questions. Powerful questions. Why? Why is it like that? And the last one, prioritize your impediments. The things that are guaranteed to prevent us from achieving our sprint goals should be on top and fixed right now. Which brings me to my next point. If you want more tips, insights on Agile, Scrum, personal growth, click on the video that stands out the most on the screen right now. And I'll see you in a few seconds.